Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and you know what? I have a confession to make. I bought another Hermes bag, so let's get right into this topic. So as you may have seen in the title, I got myself a green Hermes Evelyn bag in the PM size. Isn't this such a gorgeous bag? I mean, seriously. Especially with the contrasting crossbody strap as well. So pretty. Okay, so what are we actually going to talk about today? I want to share my kind of first impressions of this bag, talk you through why I bought it, and how I feel about it now that I've owned it for a couple of weeks now and I've used it a couple of times, so I can give you a good first impression and tell you my thoughts all about the Hermes Evelyn. So let's get right into this topic, shall we? Yes, let's go. So you may ask, Amanda, why did you actually buy another bag? Very good question. Let me tell you. I bought this bag because I talked myself into having a gap in my handbag collection. Essentially, most of the bags I own are either very structured and small or kind of large and tote-like, right? So I didn't have anything in that between space. So I felt like I was missing kind of a messenger style bag. I mean, this is just the most luxurious messenger style bag you can find on the market, right? I mean, it's so pretty. I've always wanted kind of like a bright colored Hermes bag because I think Hermes does color very, very well. Or Hermès, like we should call it, right? Is that more correct? I'm sorry for butchering the brand name. I'm not French, I'm Swedish, and I'm speaking in English, so I'm already making an effort. But French speaking people, please let me know how I pronounce it in the comments. Thank you. I felt like I needed a messenger style bag in my collection. Essentially, I know this is kind of like the most aggressive price tag you can find on a messenger style bag. I know what you're thinking, and you're completely right. I mean, I could have bought a messenger style bag with a perforated H on it, and it would have cost me a fraction of the price of this one. And yes, I mean, you have a point, but also I'm me. I like designer bags. I really appreciate the Hermes brand as well. I felt like if I wanted a messenger style bag, I'm the type of person who, like, if I want something, I want to buy the best of that thing I can buy in my budget, right? And I felt like this was just a Rolls Royce of messenger style bags. So yeah, when I found one in a color that I really like, I just jumped the gun and got the bag, right? Don't hate me, please. I did have a look at other Hermes bags as well, but to be honest, there are only a few Hermes bags that I actually really like. I mean, I obviously like the Birkin. I have two. I have this one in gold on gold in Epsom leather, and that last one was in the size 35. I also have a Birkin size 30 in the Togo leather and black color and gold hardware. This one I've also had for many, many years now, and I really, really like both of these bags in my collection. And those are the only two Hermes bags that I have until I bought the green Evelyn, right? Otherwise, from Hermes, I do really like the Kelly bag. Also, obviously, the mini Kelly, which everyone has on Instagram right now, but I'm not about to spend mini Kelly pricing, or Kelly pricing for that matter, on a colored bag because obviously my wardrobe is quite neutral and my colored bags are not my most used ones usually, apart from that little YSL red one. I mean, I use that one quite a lot. And also I wanted a messenger style bag, and the Birkin and the Kelly is not really cutting it for that assignment. I also like the So Kelly, kind of like a shoulder bag. I'll pop in a picture right here. I think that one is really pretty as well. Unfortunately, that one is not possible to carry crossbody, and since I wanted a messenger style bag, I wanted something that I could carry crossbody, right, and wear quite casually. Also, when I was in the process of kind of looking for a new bag, I did look at the Hermes xoxo. Is that how you pronounce it? I did really like the design of that bag, to be honest. I think it's so pretty. I think it looks so luxurious, so classic, so timeless. All the elements I like in a bag, right? But also there, you cannot wear it crossbody, and since I wanted a messenger style bag, which I can wear quite casually, it didn't really quite fit the bill, to be honest. I would have loved to have one of those bags, but I don't think it would be that practical in my collection personally. But if you have one of those, good for you. It's such a pretty bag. And I mean, there are other bags I could have bought as well, but if we put it like this, if I was to buy an Hermes bag, it would either be a Birkin, a Kelly, a So Kelly, or an Evelyn, maybe a xoxo if I got past the fact that it cannot be worn crossbody. The other Hermes bags, I'm not too big of a fan of, to be honest. I don't really like the Constance because I don't like the huge H on the side of the bag. I think that's a little bit too flashy for my wardrobe and my lifestyle. Also, the Picotin, I cannot get on with that bag. I mean, it just looks too slouchy. It just does not align with my personal style. It looks great on other people, but for me, that's not the bag I want. Also, like the Garden Party, that one I don't really think is that pretty either because I feel like the base is so wide on that one and the handles are so short. So I'm kind of like, how would you even carry that bag? It looks quite awkward in my opinion. And on the topic of awkward Hermes bags, I mean, there's another one. What is it even called? I think it's called Gypsy Air. Is that the name? Because that one, I mean, I do not understand the design of at all, to be honest. It's not a bag that I would want. I mean, that is actually a messenger style bag, so that could have been an option for me, but I cannot put my finger on it. But I don't really like the design of that bag because I feel like there's just a lot going on and it's not done in a way that in my mind makes sense and flows seamlessly in the design, right? So not to offend anyone, but also for my wardrobe, those Hermes bags that I just mentioned are not really cutting it, to be honest. But if we're gonna talk about the Evelyn specifically, I mean, like I said, I bought the PM. What I really like about the Hermes Evelyn actually is the history, to be honest. That was what swayed me on this bag. Because initially, I've not really been a fan of the perforated H. I don't like that it's kind of like a lot of holes in my bag. I didn't really think the H in a perforated kind of style was that pretty. I mean, we've grown up since then a little bit because I learned about the history of this bag. This bag was designed for the equestrian people of the world. And as you may know, I grew up with having horses, right? So that kind of spoke to my heart and my personality, right? I'm like, I've had horses. This bag is designed for someone with horses. I need it. I'm so annoying, I know. But essentially this bag was designed to carry kind of grooming equipment for horses, right? They could fit it all in here perfectly. Fits more than you would expect. And you know what? The perforated H is actually kind of meant to bring airflow to those grooming equipment things so that they can dry in the actual bag. So that made the perforated H kind of make sense for me. So now I can appreciate it and now it doesn't look weird to me anymore because before I was like, why does a brand like Hermes make holes in their bags? It doesn't make sense. But now that I understand the history, it does actually make sense. And for me as an engineer, I like things to make sense and be logical. So yeah, perforated H to allow airflow for all of the grooming equipment for my horses, right? Which I do not intend to use this bag for grooming equipment for horses, let's be honest. But regardless, what also swayed me on this bag is the fact that this is the front. Everyone wears this to the front and I'm like, not convinced. But then when I learned that this is the front, I'm like, wow, why don't people wear the front to the front? This is such a like low-key, pretty, but still luxurious looking bag because obviously the leather is of gorgeous quality, right? So to be honest, I have not worn the perforated H in the front when I've worn this bag. I've worn this one to the front and I think that just, like I said, makes for such a low-key, timeless, classic bag. And obviously it is a pop of color and it does make a statement even though it's kind of very like not statement making on its own, but the color kind of catch people's eyes even though it's not kind of obviously designer or something like that, right? But I think it just looks so low-key, so timeless. Yeah, look low-key fabulous. And isn't that what we all want to do, right? She says wearing 2 click H bracelets with like a big logo, but we all pick our poison, right? It's fine. So why did I pick a green bag, you may ask? Very valid question. I mean, essentially green is one of those... Green, that was weird. Essentially green Why do I pronounce it so weird? Essentially, green is one of my favorite colors. It's one of those colors that I feel goes so well both kind of spring, summer, but also fall, winter, right? So all seasons. And in Sweden, we do have 4 seasons, so it's not like in some warm places where you just smoothly go throughout the year in like a comfortable temperature. No, no, no. That's not how we operate here. So, I mean, in the winter, I feel like this would look so nice with like thick, chunky layers, like a thick coat. I wore it out to a dinner last week, I think it was, and I wore my gray Max Mara coat. That combo just gave me life. It was so pretty.
Maybe I should bring in the coat to show you. I think I'll do that and I'll pop in
me wearing this combo right here. Isn't it pretty? But moving on. I think green is just such a versatile color. I think it's a timeless color as well. It doesn't really go in fashion and it doesn't really go out of fashion either, right? I think green just peruses the fashion scene at all seasons and in all years, right? And that's why I think green is such a great color. Also, I think green looks good with my personal coloring and with the other colors that I have generally in my wardrobe, right? Also, I like the fact that this bag is both kind of a light, bright green, but still kind of a muted one, so it's not like a lime green, you know? It's a light, nice, kind of springy type of green, you know?
Like a spring onion, kind of. Spring onion green. Wouldn't that be an interesting name for an Hermes color?
Regardless, also it has this kind of like forest type green, like a dark green just speaks to my heart. I think it's so pretty. I mean, I have another dark green bag back there, where is it? There we go. The Saint Laurent Sunset in Velvet. I think that one is so pretty as well. I mean, that's a showstopper. If you haven't seen that, I talked about it in my handbag collection, I think it was. Yes, must be my handbag collection. If you want to see me talk about that bag, maybe go watch that video. I'll link it up here. Yeah, I think green is just such a great color. It's calming, it's peaceful, it goes with kind of everything, right? I mean, if you just pair it with something like my Burberry trench, I mean, look at that color combination. Can we just take a moment? So pretty. Also, like I said, I mean, I wore it with my gray Max Mara coat, right? Look at that combination. Oh my gosh, how pretty, right? So pretty. Also, I'm kind of obsessed with green in general. I mean, I have a green phone. I have a green key holder. Are we obsessed yet? Yes? No? Yes? We are, I think. Just love the color green. That's why I chose it. And that's why I also think it will be a versatile bag in my wardrobe, even though it is quite a bright and out there color, right? So how do I feel about the Hermes Evelyn after kind of getting my first impressions, kind of feeling it out, having it for a couple of weeks? I'm absolutely obsessed. I mean, I think this bag is so pretty. It's so versatile. Like I said, it's one of those that is just kind of like a low-key luxury piece. I will film a review of it once I've had it for a bit longer, but just based on my first impressions from kind of using it a couple of times, I brought it with me to Gothenburg for a weekend there. I think it was such a nice kind of like put everything you need for a day out in there and then just peruse the town. It was perfect. I mean, that's exactly why I wanted this bag, to just have a casual bag which I can wear out. It still feels luxurious, but it fits a decent amount. Like I said, I'll film a review and show you all about it once I've had it a while and I've kind of gained more thoughts about the bag, because right now I'm obviously obsessed with it. It's obviously my newest purchase, right? So naturally I'm gonna be pretty happy about it, right? But once I've had it for a while, gotten along with it or not gotten along with it, I'll let you know all about that. Yeah, I'll film a styling video for this one and my other colorful bags so that we can all be ready to go out there with our colorful bags for the spring 2022 season. Am I right? We're so excited about that. I'm so excited to style this one, so do stay tuned for that video. And if there's something that I forgot to mention about this bag that you're still wondering, please leave me a question in the comments below and I'll get back to you that way. And until my next video, stay safe, take care, and see you soon. Bye!